Okay, we're almost done. Slightly after Fauvism came Cubism. This was pioneered by Pablo Picasso and George Braque. Cubism became so influential that it also influenced sculpture and music. In Cubism, objects appeared broken and then reassembled. Instead of looking at something from one viewpoint, these artists included many viewpoints. Of course, Cubism also had its own movements in differing styles. Now, can you see where all this is leading? Everything was a reaction to something prior. These artists started breaking the idea that painting had to represent something. They started breaking the rules of art. The Impressionists' work looked unfinished. The Fauvists didn't use normal colors. And Cubists, well, they distorted everything. These artists led the way to show that color, line, form, and texture could be the subjects for a painting. This brings us to abstract art. Basically, abstract art doesn't have a recognizable subject. It's another step to the left of what came before. They are not trying to have their works look like something. Instead, they settled on color and form. It's non-objective or non-representational. Abstract art can be geometric, such as the work of Mondrian, or more fluid, such as Kandinsky or Pollock. We can also go further and include figurative abstractions, which represent things like emotions, sound, or experience. These are big simplifications of reality. No detail or recognizable objects are included. As the Nazis rose to power in the 1930s, several European artists fled Europe to America, particularly New York. This became a hotbed of activity. Abstract art also gave rise to abstract expressionism, which exploded after the war. Abstract expressionism is known for its messiness and extreme applications of paint. These artists invented new dramatic ways to apply paint in an experimental manner. This is where we get great artists like Willem de Kooning and Jackson Pollock. These artists wish to explore inner turmoil, anxiety, and for some, the horrors of the war. During this time, we also had cultural explosions like James Dean, jazz, and beat poets like Allen Ginsberg. Abstract expressionism can also be divided into two categories. Action painting, like the work of Jackson Pollock, Willem de Kooning, Lee Krasner, and Grace Hardigan, Franz Kline, amongst many, many others. And color field painting. This involves artists such as Mark Rothko, Helen Frankenthaler, Jules Olitsky, Kenneth Nolan, and so forth. So, still don't know what abstract painting is? Basically, your painting doesn't have to look like anything recognizable. It can simply be made up of shapes, lines, colors, and or textures. So how can we appreciate abstract art? Better yet, how can we understand it? A good piece of work will be able to hold the viewer's attention and generate an emotional response. As a viewer of abstract paintings, ask yourself the following questions. Am I trying to figure out what it looks like or represents, rather than allowing something to emerge from what I see in front of me? What are the elements, colors, and textures of the painting? How do these interact with each other? What emotions does the painting evoke? What is the title of the painting, and how is this influencing what I see? Have I allowed enough time to make a connection with the painting? Abstraction allows you to be free. It allows you to express your personality. If you're a lively, happy person, get out that big brush and make large gestural strokes with bright colors. If you're nervous or controlled, get rulers, small brushes with less fluid paints. Express your moods or feelings and show them through your choices of color, texture, shape, and quality of line. Relax and have fun.
That was good.
Well, and based to this, I'm going to give you back your work right now. And what I asked you, it was an abstract representation. So, go for it.